Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom to the Torah, Shazi Yasha Allah, giving recourse, all honor, and glory, and praise unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. That's all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahawah, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahawashah. This is your brother Yasha Allah, right, coming back, Yahshua, with yet another video through the Spirit and power of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Mashak, Wamalak, Yahawashah. All right, so I'm going to get straight into this, right, shalom, shalom, right, to all the people that's watching this video, right? So-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans who are the real Israelites of the Bible, right? So I'm gonna get into this. This is the talking about the Most High direction steps, right? Remember, we should be praying, right? We should be praying in these last days. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 18 and verse 1. This is evident, right? Luke 18 and 1. And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray and not to faint. So Yahawah said that we should always be praying, right? Always be praying, right? That's a vital thing in this truth. That's our connection with the Most High, praying. Luke chapter 21 and verse 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always. So the Lord didn't say just pray twice a day, 3 times a day, 3 times a week. He said pray always, right? That you may be kind of worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass and to stand before the Son of Man. Right? Let's go to the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 17. Pray without ceasing. Simple as that. Pray without ceasing. Right? So we should be in the midst of prayer all the time. All right, so with that established, right, I just want to put a hearty reminder out there, right, going into what? Make sure you're praying that the Most High directs you in righteousness, right? Let's go to the book of Tobit, the 4th chapter. Make sure that you're praying, you know, in the list of your daily prayers, you want to include this, right? Tobit chapter 4 and verse 21. And Salaki, I'm going to start at verse 18. Ask counsel of all that are wise, and despise not any counsel that is profitable. Verse 19. Bless the Lord thy God always. Right? So you want to bless the Most High always, right? Barakatah Yahawah. Barakatah Yahawashah. And desire of him that thy ways may be directed. So it says, desire of him that thy ways may be directed. So you want your ways to be directed in righteousness from the Most High, Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. You want the Lord to direct you in the right steps. All right? It says, in that all thy paths and counsels may prosper. That's what you want to do. Right? You want to pray and desire that the Lord would guide you in righteousness. For every nation have not counsel, but the Lord himself giveth all good things. And he humbleth whom he will, as he will. Now therefore, my son, remember my commandments, neither let them be put out of thy mind. All right, on a onefold, because remember, this is a conversation between Tobit and his son Tobias, and we can also take this as counsel from the Most High, right? Because Tobit was a righteous man, and we want to understand that righteous men in the scriptures, they were sometimes referred to as a voice of Yahawah himself, right? When you go to the book of Jeremiah, the 7th chapter, like Jeremiah, he was the voice of the Most High, right? We can read in the book of Jeremiah, the 15th chapter as well. The Lord said that thou shalt be as my mouth. All right. So, but the point I want to touch on is that you want the Lord to direct you in righteousness. You don't want the Lord to direct you in wickedness. You don't want the Lord to direct you and make you have bad decisions, right? Make you go left when you really should have went right. You want the Lord to direct you in righteousness, and every choice that you make, it only leads you to success and righteousness, right? It only leads you to the kingdom. Because remember, you have 2 gates. Let's go to the book of Matthew. You have 2 lots, basically, right? You have 2 ways. It's the book of Matthew chapter 7 and verse 12. Therefore, all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do even so to them, for this is the law and the prophets. Right, that's called the golden rule. Right, verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. So that's the Salakia, that's the broad way. The broad way is talking about the way that leads to destruction, right? It's talking about basically any other way except for this truth, right? Any other way except for going the way through Yahawah. Because remember, Yahawah, he's the way. Let's go to the book of John, chapter 14. It's the book of John, chapter 14, and verse 7. Or verse 6. It says, Yahawah saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. So Yahawah, he's that straight way. Alright? He's that straight way. But the broad way is the way that most people go into. It just leads to destruction. Christianity, Catholicism, right? In Hinduism, Islam, all these other philosophies and doctrines, right? The way of Esau, the way of Moab, it just leads to destruction, right? Verse 14, because straight is the way, Salakia, straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Few there be that find that way, man. Few there be that find this way, this truth, right? And actually go into the straight way, right? And that is the righteous way, all right? All right? So you want the Lord to direct you and put you in the straight way, all right? That's the point of this video. Let's go to the book of Revelation. So like not Revelation. Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 24. Right? Proverbs chapter 20 and verse 24. And it reads. It says, man's goings are of the Lord. So man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? So your goings are of the Lord. That's what you have to understand. That what do you do? What do you think? You know, even what you say, let's go to the book of Proverbs chapter 16. Proverbs 16 and 1. Right? The preparations of the heart of man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. So remember, what you say, what you think, what you do, that's from the Most High. That was already ordained. So you want the Most High to what? Ordain your steps in righteousness. All right? You want the Lord to ordain your steps in righteousness. Right? Make you go into the right way. Right? Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man that understand his own way? You can't understand your own way. Right? So that's why we always have to be seeking the Lord and asking him and begging him. Because remember, pray goes into the basically going into beg. Right? Pleading. Or it's like you're begging. Yeah. You beg the Lord that he will direct your steps in righteousness. Right? Because remember, he is in control of that. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, and verse 23. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, and verse 23. Right, and it reads, O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. So it's not in man himself to direct his steps. It's in the Most High, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Yahawah. So that's why you have to ask the Lord to direct your steps in righteousness. Because you might think that a certain way or a certain decision is correct when you shouldn't have done that. Or you might think in your mind that it's correct, but the Lord, because he knows what's best for you. And so the Lord, he will, if you are praying that he will direct you in the righteous steps, he will make you choose the other decision, right? For, you know, if you get what I'm saying. Let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 66. Because the Lord, like I said, he can direct you into righteousness, or he can direct you in wickedness. And you don't want the latter end. You know, you don't want the Lord to direct you in wickedness. Because remember, the way to wickedness is destruction. And remember, in the book of Job, it says the deceived and the deceiver are his. So the Lord is in control of both of that, right? The Lord, he's in control of the person that's deceiving you and the person that's being deceived, right? Into thinking that their way is right. Let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 66 and verse 4. says, I also would choose their delusions and would bring their fears upon them. Because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and chose that in which I delighted not. You see that? So the Lord, He can choose your delusions and make you think, and make you basically fall away, right? He can make you fall away and go into the path of unrighteousness, right? So the Lord, He can do that. Or He can lead you into the path of righteousness. He can lead you into the path of wickedness, or He can lead you into the path of righteousness. So that's why we always have to pray unto the Lord that He direct us our steps in righteousness. All right. Let's go to the book of Proverbs real quick. Proverbs chapter 1. It's like, yeah, I don't want that. All right. Let's go to the book of Proverbs chapter 6. Let's lucky 5. Let's go to 5. Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 3. For the lips of a strange woman drop as in honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell. Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them. You see that? So you want the Lord to direct you in righteousness and not into the way of this woman, of this whorish woman, of this talking about basically different philosophies and doctrines, right? Let's go to the book of Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life. So the commandment is a light and it's a lamp, right? It's there to guide you to the kingdom, right? Verse 24, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. See that? So the commandments are here to help you, right? To keep you far away from these other philosophies and doctrines that don't profit to anything but only destruction, right? Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids, all right? Gone, meaning don't get enticed by these other philosophies and doctrines, all right? That's what that's going into. You're not getting enticed, because remember, there's a spirit of enticement, or basically an enticing spirit that's out here, all right? That sifts out the brethren and the sisters that's in this truth, and they go and worship false gods. All right. So, that was just a quick reminder to pray for Slaki, that the Lord will guide you into the way of righteousness. All right, because He is in control of your steps. So, with that, I'd like to give all honor, glory, and praise unto the Most High Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Mahashiach, Wamalak, Yahawashad. Lord willing, this was edifying. And if you need to know a prayer on that, you can just check out the playlist I made through the Spirit. And Brother Rapa Olive from the Watchman of Israel, Detroit, he made a good prayer on that, prayer for righteousness. With that, I'd like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahawah, BAHASHAM, Mashak, Yahawashah. Shalom.